Let's talk about what's new this morning. Let the games begin. If you're a fan of Squid Game, the Netflix series where contestants were battling to the death for cash prizes and survival, well, now there's a real-life competition series.
Don't worry, nobody dies in this reality game series, but someone does win millions. Marcus Allen is in Los Angeles at the site of the games. Mark, good morning.
How creepy are those guys? Good morning, you guys. Yeah, I'm here at Television City in Los Angeles, actually being told to hold it down because they're in production on Squid Game, the challenge. All right, if you thought Squid Games, the series, was amazing, imagine if that were a real competition. That's exactly what Netflix has done. Look, over $4 million at stake. These people are going at it. No one's going to get whacked, but I mean, there is some cutthroat activity taking place in the series. I went behind the scenes, maybe even predicting who's going to win. Not really, but take a look.
Oh my God!
Let the game begin.
What I love about this, it sets you up, based on the original series. It could bring out the worst of humanity, but this game in reality brings out the best of humanity. Can you cite an example in what you've seen so far?
I think it was amazing to see that even outside of the game, some people had made decisions that might have been cutthroat or backstabby. The grudges were not carried to the dorms.
They could have been cutthroat, they could have been, absolutely asinine.
Right.
But they came together.
This really is a social experiment exploration of what we do in the workplace, in society.
In real life, you have choices to make a decision. If you don't like something, you just leave. In the game, in the challenge, you don't have that choice. You have to make it or leave it, that's mentality.
Well, when people watch this, they're going to walk away thinking better about humankind.
Are they?
You have been eliminated.
Obviously, we can't tell you who won for two reasons. One, there is a winner right now, but maybe you haven't caught all the way up. It's dropped right now on Netflix, Season 1, Squid Game's The Challenge. And again, if you thought the series was amazing, imagine people doing it in real life. And like I said in those interviews, the terrifying thing about it is that it really is a glimpse at how we work in the workplace and in society. Sometimes I think we humans, we're not that nice, especially if there's $4 million and some change at stake. Are those guys still staring at me? Kind of creeping me out this morning. Back to you.
Yeah.
The fact that this one is real and not the same as the last one, because I have to tell you, that was deeply just so stressful to me the last show because I don't know, I watch things, right before you go to sleep and you're laying there and you're like, oh my gosh,
I can't sleep.
I can't, yeah.
Right?
It's just
And
stressful.
Mark was telling us that there's some controversy among this because they said the conditions might be a little bit too harsh. So maybe they also felt the anxiety and the stress that you felt watching the real series.
The real one, yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like the world is stressful enough. Why bring it into your home? However, maybe it's actually not as bad. So that's your way to escape. Every situation is different.